starting to get really sick and tired of this Raptor team starting downright abysmal defensively, and then figuring it out once you're down by 20. Like, I don't want to hear the narrative of, well, they fought hard, oh, they only lost by 4, oh, they were right there. No, man. This Raptor team is 10-3 at home and 3-10 on the road. And tonight was a prime example of why. Like, for the first half, they just forget how to play defense. Every time they're just driving past guys behind the three-point arc. Don't worry about it. Drive. And they're going to blow by guys and get easy 2 layups. I don't know how many times I saw that in the first half. You allow 67 points in the first half to the Orlando Magic. 67! And yeah, you scored, you lost the first quarter by 12. You allowed 37 in the first quarter alone. You only scored 25. You're minus 12 after 1 quarter against the Magic. That is just not good. And then in the second quarter, well, the Raptors dropped 38. That's great. You still allow 30. Like, yes, you're minus 4 at halftime and you're right back in the game and all that nonsense. But if you played half competent defense in that first half, you would have been in a great spot. But instead, we're sitting here and we're watching this first half like, can the Raptors actually get a stop? You're down by 4 at the half. You've allowed 67. They're shooting like something near 70% from the field at halftime. Like, what? It's just pitiful. In this second half, right, the Raptors have it down to 3. I think it was, I can't remember if it was to start the fourth or I think it was to start the fourth quarter, so we'll get to that in a second. But in the third, your offense gets stuck and you can't score, and you allow 27, you score 24, you're minus 3, and you're down by 7 heading into the fourth. And the Raptors at one point, I believe, had a 2-point lead in that third quarter. But you get nothing done. And then in the fourth, I believe the first 2 shots made for the Raptors are a 3-pointer from Gary Trent and a 3-pointer from Thad Young to put you within 3. I believe it was 3 after the Thad Young 3. It could have been 4. I could be wrong when he knocked those down. But no matter what, those guys keeping you in the basketball game. But then you can't make shots. I'm watching Boucher just blow dunk after layup and after wide open 3, and it's like, oh, this is so painful to watch. And Scotty Barnes barely played. In the third quarter, I'm sitting here like, where's Scotty? And I look at the box score and I'm like, he has one of those games like he did the last one, where dude's barely played and he's like minus double digits. What's going on here with Scotty? Right? And I'm bringing him up here. How many minutes did he play? He still played 32, but I believe he played like the entire fourth quarter. Just didn't feel like he was out there very much. Could be because he didn't really make an impact. I don't know. But in that fourth quarter, the Raptors only scored 22. They allow 19. A lot of that's Pascal. I'd say at least half of that is Pascal alone. He was outstanding. But the Raptors couldn't get it done. And I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, really. Because I'm trying to watch these guys win this late, right? Fred VanVleet has a chance to give you the lead. I believe it was like 110, 109 or something like that. With a minute something to go, he bricks the free throw. And actually, the Raptors don't score another point the rest of the way. But Gary, I love his shooting today. Don't get me wrong. 20 points on great percentages, phenomenal. There were some times, though, where and we all know he's a shooter, so he's going to look to shoot first. But you got to recognize the mismatch sometimes. And yes, Scotty wasn't having a bad game, but he had a guy like Markelle Fultz on him. And I'm like, Scotty can take this dude to school in the paint. And Gary goes for the tough shot and doesn't make it. And it's like, tough one. Then Gary driving down the lane, looking for the floater, and gets the offensive foul the other way. It was tight. It looked like the feet were moving. They review it. They don't overturn it. And I'd say that was a really big part of the game. It's just the offense. Got stuck late. Heck, you scored 46 in the second half. This is not good. What'd you allow in the second half? Yeah, you allowed 46. You allowed 67 in the first half. And then oh, we're down 20? Maybe we should start playing D. And it was a little too late. Putting yourself down 20 on the road to Orlando is just not smart. I don't care how bad that team is. You putting yourself down 20 against any team in the third quarter, you're asking for trouble. And you lose 113-109 and you're back to 500 at 13-13. Let's get to the player stats. And Pascal Siakam, it's paining me to watch this guy put up these sort of numbers and you continue to lose. 36 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 13 of 27, was 8 of 9 from the line, 2 of 9 from 3. I'm not really sure I like him shooting that many threes, but it is what it is. He's the guy, so I'm okay with that. A steal and a block was a plus 12. Great stuff. Pascal, all NBA, no doubt, phenomenal yet again. Scotty Barnes, guys, as I said, he played 32 minutes, so it's a substantial amount. What impact did he make? 6 points, 6 rebounds, a couple assists, 3 of 7 shooting, minus 24. There's games where you see from Scotty, like last game with the big-time double-double with 17 rebounds. He had 21 in the game before. I think he had a pretty good one in the game before that, and we're like, this is great. And then he gives you one of these, and you're like, whoa, against Orlando. What the hell, Scotty? It's just painful. It really is. OG wasn't getting his shot to fall today. 12 points, 8 boards, couple dimes. Shot 2 of 7 from the field, 8 of 9 from the line. Took 2 threes, missed both of them. Had 5 steals. You love to see it. One play that I want to talk about, though, in the fourth quarter. I don't know if it led to free throws or if it was side out of, I think it was side out of bounds, but OG's got Paolo on him, right, in the post. And OG's a guy I don't want any help on. I don't want anybody helping on OG when he's got to do it in the post, because I watched Paolo. He tried to back OG down, didn't go anywhere. And I'm like, yeah, OG's there. And Scotty comes over to help. And I'm like, you don't need the help. But then Scotty gets too close. Paolo turns, gets the foul. And I'm like, we love throwing doubles at everybody. I get it. But if there's anybody that you don't need to use a double for, it's OG. Especially when he's got a guy like that in the post. Look, Paolo's great. He was phenomenal again today. Just a really good player. But I trust OG with the best of them. So I'd rather Scotty stay off the man, take away the pass, and let OG go mano-a-mano against this guy. That doesn't happen. I don't know what it led to. I can't remember that. But either way, stuff like that just makes you want to pull your hair out. Fred VanVleet. The shot continues to struggle, man. 19 points, great. Couple boards, 6 assists, shot 5 of 14 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, including the big miss late. 2 of 9 from 3. It's just, had a steal and a block, but he was a minus 15. It's painful to watch, guys. It really is. Watching his threes not falling when they're wide open looks, it's really hard to watch. Gary Trent off the bench, I thought he was great. Making buckets. That's what you love to see from GT. And I thought he was great. Got into the passing lanes a little bit. Stripped. I think it was stripped. Oh, God, who was it? Was it Markelle Fultz or Apollo? I can't remember who it was. But he had 2 steals in the game. Had 20 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. Shot 8 of 16 from the field. Was 4 of 10 from 3. All great numbers all around from Gary. Would like him to be able to, attack mismatches more in the sense that if there is a mismatch that he sees, use it. But again, he's a shooter. I don't expect him to pass. But if you're going to shoot, make your shots. And he was tonight. So credit to him. Chris Boucher. I love Chris. We all do, But it's games like this where he blows a dunk, blows a layup, blows a wide open 3, all in a matter of a couple minutes. And I'm like, Coach, just get him on the bench. And it's exactly what happened. I think Fred came back on the floor for him. 10 points, 3 boards. Shot 3 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, 1 of 3 from 3. Did give each couple blocks. And I believe he was a plus player in the game, but It's just a lot of easy bunnies. And even Scotty, right, had I think it was a reverse layup right at the 10, and he's just too strong. Just wide open layup, butchered it, right? And it's like things like that will come back and haunt you, and you lost by only 4. So yeah, they did come back and haunt you. You know, and it seems to be a reoccurring theme. Don't shoot the ball well. Try to get a ton of extra opportunities. Try to make do with those opportunities. But recently, the defense has been really, really struggling. Heck, listen to the numbers from Orlando today. They shot for the game 59% from the field, 38% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. They scored 113. This team usually averaged about 106 on the season. And that's with you only allowing 46 points in the second half. Raptors only shot 42% from the field, 29% from 3. And it's not like they're not getting the looks. They're getting them. They're just not knocking them down. 29% from 3. It's just a reoccurring theme, this team not being able to even shoot 30% from the beyond the arc. It's just so painful to watch. 82% from the free throw line for the Toronto Raptors. And last number I want to bring up, rebounding. You're minus 10 on the glass. You're plus 4 on the offensive glass. I believe they won the second chance points. They won the turnovers, blah, blah, blah. But if you can't make shots and you're giving up way too many easy looks, it doesn't matter how many turnovers you get. It doesn't matter how many rebounds you get, offensive boards, second chance points. When you're not getting stops in the half court, you're not going to do very well. And today was a prime example of that. They get an opportunity, I wouldn't even say to right the ship, but to bounce back maybe after this loss, and you play the exact same team on Sunday. You play Orlando in Orlando, 6 p.m. tip-off there. And for God's sakes, I think I can speak for every single Raptor fan when I say this team desperately needs that win. They desperately need that win. You lose that, you're a game under 500, and you just lost 2 in a row to the Orlando Magic. A team who's fighting for Victor Wembanyama. Franz Wagner, Paulo, phenomenal tonight. Those guys were absolutely electric. It looked like they couldn't miss a shot today. The Raptors, they got to pick it up defensively. Period. They got to make threes. How many times have we said, Raptor fans, defense and three-point shooting? Well, that's the reason this team is at 500. They have not been able to make threes. And their defense has been really shoddy in large moments. And it's not like you're going to allow 55 one quarter and 45 another quarter, or 55 and 55, right? When you're allowing 67 points in the first half against a team like Orlando, you're asking for trouble. And that is where I'm going to leave it. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game tonight, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Shout out Pascal. Great game as always, though. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors. The Twitter and Instagram link are down in the description. The Discord link is down below, so if you don't want to post in the comments, you want to come in a Discord chat, and you want to let your ranting out there, go do so. Link is in the description. And I'll talk to you guys Leafs edition, and boy, oh boy, both teams on opposite sides of the spectrum. Leafs in action tomorrow night as they host the Calgary Flames at Scotiabank Arena, 7 p.m. puck drop there. And as for the Raptors, like we talked about, they're back in action on Sunday as they are in Orlando taking on the Magic for the second time in as many days. 6 p.m. tip-off there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not this game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.